presenting the amazing interplanetary adventures of Flash Gordon. Last week, Flash Gordon, growing more and more visible, followed Queen Azura when she was captured by the Death Dwarfs and taken to Hoko, their king, while Zarkov rescued Dale Arden from the flaming cottage and they destroyed the invisibility machine to prevent the Blue Magic Men from using it. In the meanwhile, Khan the Hawkman had the soldiers show him the iron door leading to the pit of peril, to which Azura and Flash had disappeared. He ordered them to open the iron door. Tall arrived and questioned Khan's authority. Then Tall declared that as Azura was dead, he was the new ruler. Khan refused to acknowledge him ruler until it was definitely proved that Flash was dead. When the iron door was opened, neither Flash nor Azura answered when their names were called. Back in the tunnel, King Hoko ordered Azura taken to the fiery pit and burned to death. These thrilling adventures come to you as they are pictured each Sunday in the Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. Now we continue the story.
To the pit of fire with Azura. We'll roast the magic out of her.
No. Listen to me, Hoko. Kill me if you choose, but do not torture me.
Do not torture me, oh. Why should we not give you some of your own medicine? Did you not torture us? Have you not continued to torture us by keeping us in these dark tunnels?
You are men. I am only a defenseless woman.
Defenseless. Yes, now that your armies are not with you.
Listen to me, Hoko. I will bargain with you.
Bargain? Whoever heard of a prisoner bargaining? Listen to our men. They will bargain with me.
Then I will trade with you.
Trade with me? What have you to trade now, Azura?
Freedom.
Freedom?
My freedom for yours.
What do you mean?
If you will return me to my Blue Magic Keeper safe and unharmed, I will open the iron door to you and give you back your freedom.
If I let you go, you will let us out of here, free to roam in the daylight, free to go and come as we please, where we please.
I will.
And you won't have your soldiers kill us off?
No, I promise. Well, what do you say? Will you return me to my people?
No.
You won't?
No, I will not. This is the moment I've been waiting for, Azura. For years, I've thought of getting you in my power. Now that I have you, I'm going to put you out of the way for good.
Oh, mercy, Hoko. Mercy.
Listen to who begs for mercy. Get along to the fiery cauldron.
As Hoko, king of the Death Dwarfs, forces Queen Azura at spear point out toward the bubbling, flame-spitting cauldron of an underground volcano, Flash Gordon, now fully visible, decides on a desperate attempt to save the Witch Queen.
Stand back, Azura.
Oh, save me, Flash.
The dwarfs scream in rage and terror as a blond wild man drops into their midst.
I'll fix you, you little monster.
Help the men! Kill this giant! Here, what are you going to do? Let me down! Let me down!
You bet I'll let you down. Right into the boiling inferno.
No!
Oh, Flash, what can we do now? The dwarfs are between us and the corridor to the iron door. We're trapped.
Not yet. Jump on my back. Put your arms around my neck and hold tight.
Oh, what are you going to do, Flash?
I wasn't on the college track team for nothing. I'm going to use Hoko's spear as a vaulting pole. Hang on. Here we go.
And with those words, Flash Gordon swings Azura and himself up and soars over the heads of the enraged dwarfs.
Oh, it's free. Now, if only we can get out that iron door.
We can outdistance these dwarfs. Let's run for it.
In the meantime, Dr. Zarkov and Dale Arden arrive at the palace wall.
Here we are at the palace, Dale.
Yes, Dr. Zarkov. Where shall I tie our horse?
Lead him over there until we can see how the land lies.
Oh, Dr. Zarkov, I do hope we aren't too late. I hope Flash isn't...
Trust Flash to use his head, Dale. He will not willingly risk his life for nothing. If he is dead, it is only because he died fighting for his life.
What's that?
The sun is going down. It must be the changing of the guards. Right up to the gate. They will only see you. Then when they get you inside, I will slide off the horse and follow you wherever they take you.
All right, Dr. Zarkov. I don't care what they do to me. If only I can save Flash.
Call to them, Dale.
Oh, God! They've seen us. I mean me. They're letting down the drawbridge.
Good. Ride on into the palace yard.
Oh, stand where you are. Why, it's the Earth Girl. Where did you come from?
Where is Flash Gordon? Take me to him at once.
What?
Take me to Flash Gordon at once.
Did you hear, comrade? She wants to be taken to Flash Gordon. All right, Earth Girl. Come this way and you'll get your wish.
Dr. Zarkov, what do you suppose he means?
I do not know, Dale, and I do not like the way he said that. Wait until we get around the corner. I will grab his rifle.
Here, give me back my rifle, Earth Girl.
I haven't got it.
I have it, guard.
Hello.
That is enough out of you. Get down off the horse quickly, Dale. There is no time to lose.
All right, I'm coming. I'm down. Now what shall we do?
Get rid of this animal first. Here, get along. Now we will tie this guard up and hide him so he cannot give the alarm too soon. Here, give me your cloak, Dale.
Here it is.
Now, first we will gag him. Here, put him in his mount.
He can't speak
Here,
now.
That's fine. Now tie his arms. Yes, a little more around there. That's
All
it.
right.
That's it. Fine. And now his feet.
Tighter?
Yes, one more knot.
Good.
Oh, there. Now open that door, Dale.
Yes.
Now we will put him in that closet.
Good.
Help me with his feet, Dale.
Certainly, Dr. Zarkov.
Now we will search the palace for Flash Gordon.
At this moment, Saul, the chief magician, is highly elated at the way things have turned out.
So you thought you were ruling the blue magic land, eh, prisoner Khan?
I can hardly believe that Flash Gordon is dead.
Well, he is. No one can live in that pit of peril. And to think Azura let Flash Gordon take her down there.
More than likely she intended to push him in and slam the door after him. But he was too quick for her and dragged her with him.
Azura thought she was smart, putting Flash Gordon at the head of her armies when you Hawkmen attacked us.
So she was.
Well, I'm still alive. But where are Azura and her ex-commander-in-chief?
That's what I would like to know. Well, what are you going to do with me, Tal?
Yes, what am I going to do with you? That is the question. As long as you don't believe Azura and Flash Gordon are dead, I must hold you prisoner until you change your mind.
I shall never be sure until I see their bodies.
Now, fool, how can you see bodies consumed by fire? Oh, God! Bring the prisoner down to the cell block again. And to think I am King Tal the First. I am King Tal. Do you understand, guards?
Yes, Your Majesty.
You see, Khan, the guards acknowledge me to be their king.
Yes, I hear them.
Who went by me?
No one, General. I mean, Your Majesty.
No one? I am sure someone brushed past me. One of you must have.
We are sorry, Your Majesty, but none of us went by you.
You know better than to admit it. Well, let us get the prisoner in his cell.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Off. Get in that cell, Khan.
Why not? There's nothing left to fight for.
Roar.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Stand guard at the end of the corridor. See that no one gets near the prisoner. You'll give him time to meditate on the follies of being a follower of a lost cause. Come, guard. Let us away to the Hall of State. I must have my kingship proclaimed throughout Blue Magic Land.
Khan. Captain Khan.
Hey, who's that?
Zarkov.
Zarkov. Where are you? I can't see you. Come around in front of the cell.
I am around in front of your cell.
What? More of that invisible ray that you used on Flash?
Yes,
You brushed past Tal coming down the corridor.
yes. He stepped into my path just as I was going by. Tell me, where is Flash?
They tell me he and Queen Azura went through the iron door that leads into some pit of peril. They haven't been seen since.
Good heavens. They are both dead.
I had the iron door opened. I called the Flash. There was no answer.
Oh, this is worse than I thought. Poor Dale. How can I break the news to her?
We will take it hard, Zarkov. Wait until we are absolutely sure.
You think there may be a chance Flash is still alive?
Yes, I can't help feeling that it was the trick of chance that I received no answer when I called his name.
What do you mean?
What's going on here? What's all this talking?
Why, I'm just talking to myself, guard. You don't see anyone, do you?
Well, if you keep it up, I'll have yourself headed.
Good. It would be more comfortable. Thanks for the suggestion.
And don't be humorous. King Saul shall hear of this.
You were saying, Khan.
Well, I figured the Flash wouldn't still be at that iron door after all this time if there were tunnels and corridors in that pit. He's too much of an explorer for that.
You think he may have been looking around in some part of the pit, and so was unable to hear you?
Yes, that's just what I think. But I couldn't prove it then. So I surrendered to await my chance.
I can help you.
How?
As long as the electrical charge holds out, I will be able to search for Flash.
Ah.
Tell me, where is this iron door?
I don't know exactly.
But you have been there.
Yes.
How did you get to it?
I was taken there by Laptop, one of the guards. With getting dusk, I'm not sure of the path. Oh, if I could only get out of here.
Patience, sir. I will do a little reconnoitering and report to you. What is the general direction this Laptop led you?
North. We went through the north gate toward the hills. But which hill had the iron door, I don't know.
The Agushia Khan. I will look for the iron door and find Flash, or I will find his dead body.
While his friends are planning to search for him, Flash is running down corridor after corridor toward the iron door, followed by Azura and pursued by the tribe of dwarfs.
Hurry, Azura. Hurry. This way.
I'm hurrying as fast as I can, Flash.
Can't be far now. This pit can't be very large.
But it's got endless passages, Flash. You must be careful not to take a blind turn and land up against the wall.
This is a great time to think of that, Azura.
Oh, I've been thinking of it. Each corner we've rounded. Those little fiends are still after us.
We can outdistance them. If we get to that iron door, we're safe.
Oh, hurry, Flash. What's down that turn?
I see it. The iron door, Azura. We've made it. We're safe.
Flash!
What's the matter? You all in?
No, the door is barred from the outside.
So it is. That makes it tougher.
I'll beat on it and see if any of our soldiers are standing guard. Help! Help! It's your queen, Azura!
No use, Azura. Here come the dwarfs. Stand behind us. I'll hold them off as long as I can.
Will Flash Gordon be able to hold off the dwarfs long enough to have the door opened and thereby save Azura and himself from a sure and horrible death? We will know at this same time next week. And here's some news about the Comic Weekly. Next Sunday, you will find a brand new feature in the Comic Weekly, the Poster Stamp Collectors Club. Of course, you will want to become a member of the club, and here is how you do it. Next Sunday, as soon as you get your Hearst Sunday newspaper, turn to the Comic Weekly, and there you will find a half page of wonderful, full-colored poster stamps of animals, history, geography, science, transportation, and many other interesting subjects. Each poster stamp is drawn by a real artist, true in every detail. They will all be reproduced in full color with titles and short descriptions at the bottom of each picture. And as to size, listen to this. Each colored poster stamp will be 6 times as large as the regular 3-cent postage stamp. All you have to do is to become a member is to cut out these poster stamps each week, paste them carefully in a scrapbook with the regular small stickers that all stamp collectors use, and you are a full-fledged collector. Each Sunday, the Comic Weekly will print a full half page of new and different poster stamps for your collection. Be sure to get yours with your Hearst Sunday newspaper. And next week at the same time, another chapter in the amazing interplanetary adventures of Flash Gordon. Presenting the amazing interplanetary adventures of Flash Gordon. Last week, Flash Gordon saved Queen Azura's life by throwing Hoko, king of the Death Dwarfs, into his own fiery pit. Then he and the Witch Queen raced for the iron door leading to freedom. In the meantime, Dale and the invisible Zarkov managed to enter the palace. Then Zarkov made his way to where General Tall was putting Khan, the Hawkman, into a cell. From Khan, the scientist learned what had happened to Flash and Azura. Although Khan had only a theory about Flash's being still alive and was unable to tell Khan exactly where the iron door was located, the great scientist decided to search for it before his invisibility wore off. At that moment, Flash and Queen Azura reached the iron door in their mad dash for freedom. They found it barred from the outside and heard the cries of the Death Dwarfs as they started to close in on them. These thrilling adventures come to you as they are pictured each Sunday in the Big Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. Now we continue the story. Brandishing the spear of the dead dwarf king, Flash Gordon places himself between Queen Azura and the howling mob of half-sized men closing in on them as they stand at the barred iron door.
Here come the dwarves, Azura. Stand behind me. I'll hold them off as long as I can.
Oh, you're a brave man, Flash, but I'm afraid there are too many for you.
There'll be quite a few less pygmies walking around by the time they get me, Azura.
Oh, I'm sure of that, Flash. Well, they seem to be in a conference. Why don't they attack?
I don't know. I wish they'd hurry up and come out of the huddle. The suspense is worse than the actual fighting.
I'm going to pound on that door again. Somebody must be out there. Help! Help! This is Azura, your queen. Calling all doors!
Save your voice, Azura. It's no use.
Oh, I guess you are right, Flash.
I know I'm right, this time. But I was a fool not to listen to you, Azura, in the first place. It's all my fault that we're in this tough spot.
Well,
I know apologizing won't save our lives, but I want you to know I'm sorry I've risked your life. I only wanted to capture you as a hostage in order to conquer Tall and your army.
I believe you, Flash. And while apologies are in order, I'd like to ask your forgiveness for the way I've treated you. It was only because I loved you. May I remind you of the saying, all fair in love and war?
It's only fair to remind you, Azura, that I love Dale Arden, and I always will.
I know that. But for once and for all, I beat her out.
What do you mean?
Look, here come the dwarfs to attack us. You may love Dale Arden, but I shall be the one to die with you.
In the meanwhile, back at the palace, General Tall brings a squad of guards to the cell of Khan, the Hawkman.
Halt! Well, prisoner Khan, what have you to say for yourself?
Just that this cell isn't as comfortable as it might be, Tall.
You are pleased to jest. One would think you were a guest of honor instead of a prisoner.
Not from these quarters, they wouldn't.
Perhaps you can leave that cell, never to return to it.
By what means?
Do you still believe Flash Gordon and Azura are alive?
I told you I shall never believe Flash Gordon dead until I see his body.
Yes. Well, it may not be long before we shall have that pleasure.
Is that so?
Yes, that is so. Prisoner Khan, you forget that I am now king of the Blue Magic Land.
Are you? Saying you are doesn't make you a king.
No? Then listen. God, am I or am I not King Tall?
Yes, you are King Tall. King Tall the First, yes.
You hear, prisoner Khan? The guards acknowledge me to be their king.
They may say so to your face, but I'll wager they don't behind your back. But what if this handful of guards do call you King Tall? They aren't the whole army. They aren't the whole kingdom.
The whole army. I'll show you, prisoner. I'll show you who acknowledges me to be king here. Guards, sound the call for review. And you, open up the cell. We'll bring the prisoner with us. Now, prisoner, come out of that cell.
Never to return, General?
That depends. And don't call me General. Guards, bring the prisoner this way. Forward. March.
May I ask where you are taking me?
You'll see. You'll soon find out.
Well, wherever we're going, it will be better than that cell back there. Honestly, Tall, if you're going to run this country, you might begin by improving your cell blocks. Well, what's the matter? Can't you hold a polite conversation?
Halt!
Why, we're on the parade ground.
Guard, give the signal to start the review.
What's all this for, Tall? Do you want the army to get a good look at me so they'll recognize me in case I try to escape?
Khan, you are a brave soldier.
Praise from General Tall is praise indeed.
Even though you are a prisoner and face death at any moment, you are no coward. Khan, This review is for you.
For me?
Yes, I'm having the entire army pass before us for 2 reasons. One is to show you that the troops will salute me as king.
I see that, Tal. You are getting the royal salute. What is the other reason?
Can't you guess?
I never guess. Well, Tal, what is the other reason for this review?
To give you an opportunity to become acquainted with your troops.
With my troops? I don't understand you.
I am offering you the post of commander-in-chief of my army.
If I will do what?
If you will swear allegiance to me as King Paul I.
You can call off your review, Tal.
You will not swear allegiance to me?
Most emphatically, no.
Very well. Guard, stop the review. Take the prisoner back to his cell and keep him there for the rest of his life.
Meanwhile, in another part of the palace, Zarkov the scientist returns to Dale Arden, who has been awaiting him.
Well, I am back, Dale.
Oh, Dr. Zarkov, I was beginning to fear they'd captured you.
How could they? They cannot see me.
That's true, but I was afraid that you'd started to become visible right now. What did you find out? How is Flash? Did you see him?
I did not see him, Dale.
Oh, then we must search for him, Dr. Zarkov. Let's hurry. He won't be invisible forever.
I have been searching for Flash, Dale. That is why I have been so long in returning.
2 persons are better than 1 when it comes to searching. Perhaps you'll find him with me helping.
I hope so, Dale.
Where did you look for Flash? In Azura's quarters?
Flash is not in the palace, Dale.
How do you know that?
I found Khan a prisoner in the cell block. He told me that Flash captured Azura.
He did? Oh, that's wonderful.
Wait until you hear the rest, Dale.
You sound as though you had tragic news.
I have sad news. Just how tragic it is we shall not know until we find Flash.
What do you mean, Dr. Zarkov?
It seems that after Flash captured the Witch Queen, he carried her off through an iron door somewhere in the hills.
Oh.
Khan was only able to give me a general direction to follow in my search. But it has been of no use.
I have an idea, Dr. Zarkov.
Yes?
While you're still invisible, let's free Khan. Then he can help us search.
An excellent idea. We are only a short way from the cell block. Come along.
Oh, I do hope we find that iron door in the hills.
So do I. Down these stairs, Dale.
Why should Flash take that horrid witch queen into the hills?
They were being pursued by the Blue Magic soldiers, and Flash made for the first avenue of escape. But the iron door bars from the outside. They cannot come out of the tunnel.
Then we must hurry and open that door.
Yes. Ha! Listen.
What's that?
It must be a squad of guards coming to Khan's cell. Here, get behind this pillar. They must not see you.
And perhaps you wish you'd accepted my offer, Khan.
Never. I swear allegiance to only one man, King Flash.
Halt. Open the cell. Get in there, prisoner. Forward. Forward, march.
All right, come along, Dale. We came just in time.
Khan! Khan!
Princess Dale.
Yes. Are you all right?
Yes, perfectly all right. Where's Zarkov?
I am here, Khan. I will open the cell door.
Did you find Flash Gordon?
No. That is why we have come back for you. Dale thought you might recognize the hill if we got you outside.
I'll do my best. Come along.
Back in the tunnel of the Death Dwarf, Flash Gordon is valiantly resisting the attack.
Come on, you pygmies!
Good work, Flash. You're holding him off wonderfully.
I hope I don't get tired before they do. Why do you...
I'm sure my men will soon be here, Flash. Paul will not rest a moment until he found me.
This is one time when Paul can't appear any too soon for me.
Keep up the good work, Flash. I'll try to summon aid. Help! Help! Paul! Stop! Help!
I'm afraid it's no use pounding on that door, Azura. They've probably given us up as dead long ago.
As long as I have life, I shall try to summon aid. Help! Help!
Meanwhile, Khan and Zarkov and Dale reached the outer gate.
Now for the hill.
Which one?
Well, it's either... What? Why, I can see you, Zarkov.
Yes, you've become visible.
So I have. It is a good thing we got these robes off the guards. Well, it is do or die from now on. No more reconnoitering until I build another machine.
Oh, I do hope we can find that iron door. Which hill is it, Con?
Let me see. It's either that one or that one over there.
Suppose you take that one, Khan. Dale and I will try the other one.
Very well.
Take this ray pistol, Khan.
Thanks. Goodbye, Princess Dale, and good luck.
Thanks, Con. Same to you.
Now, let us see.
Look out. Here comes an officer of the guard.
Quick, Dale. Pull up the hood of your robe. Any news, Captain? We are just in from the country.
News? Only that an invisible shadow has carried the Queen off to the tunnel of the Death Dwarf.
The tunnel of the Death Dwarf? Oh, where is it?
Over there.
Can we save Flash, Dr. Zarkov?
Oh, what's this? Zarkov? Why, you...
That settles him. Come on, Dale. There is no time to lose.
Oh, we must save Flash. Hurry! Hurry!
Luck is with us so far. We are heading for the right hill.
Yes, there's the iron door. I can see it from here.
So it is. Dale, I must warn you. Nobody has ever come out of that door alive. You had better wait outside.
No, Dr. Zarkov. I'd rather die with Flash than live without him.
Well, here we are. See the sign? Death to all who enter here.
Listen, someone's pounding on the door. Now it's stopped. Oh, Dr. Zarkov, do you suppose...
We will soon know. Stand back, Dale. I am going to open the door.
Guess I can't hold them off much longer, Azura.
Flash, kiss me goodbye before we die. Oh, Flash, how could you?
Flash, Azura, come out quickly.
Dale, Zarkov.
We're saved.
Come out. I will finish off these creatures.
Dale, darling, you don't know how glad I am to see you.
Don't touch me, Flash Gordon. I hate traitors. You kissing that hussy.
You don't understand, Dale. It was Azura's last wish. We thought we were dying.
I wish you both had.
Dale!
This way to our hideout, Queen Azura. You are our prisoner.
Did you get your colored poster stamps in the Comic Weekly last Sunday? The Comic Weekly, as you know, is the picture section of the Hearst Sunday newspapers. And each week it contains a half page of wonderful full-color poster stamps of animals, ships, American history, famous persons, flags, and many other interesting subjects. Each poster stamp is 2 1/2 inches long by 1 3/4 inches wide, 6 times as large as the regular 3-cent stamp. I have one in front of me right now. It's a colorful picture of the Santa Maria with sail set, and below it is an inscription which reads as follows. Santa Maria, Columbus's flagship. It set sail from Spain with the Pinta and the Nina on August 3rd, 1492, and landed on the Bahama Islands on October 12th, 1492. Every stamp is different. All you have to do to become a member of the new Poster Stamp Collectors Club is cut out these poster stamps each week and paste them carefully in your album. The official album of the Poster Stamp Collectors Club should now be available at all leading stores. So be sure and get your poster stamps in the Comic Weekly section of your Hearst newspaper next Sunday. And next week at the same time, another chapter in the amazing interplanetary adventures of Flash Gordon. Presenting the amazing interplanetary adventures of Flash Gordon. Last week, Flash Gordon defended the Witch Queen Azura from the attack of the Death Dwarf. Tall, having proclaimed himself King of Blue Magic Land, offered Khan the Hawkman the command of the army if he would swear allegiance to him. Khan refused. Unable to find the hill with the iron door through which Flash and Azura had disappeared, Zarkov returned to Dale. She suggested that they free Khan and let him direct them to the hill. When Dale and Zarkov reached the iron door in the hill and opened it, they found Azura in Flash Gordon's arms. Zarkov hurried them out of the tunnel, killed the dwarf. Then he took Azura prisoner. These thrilling adventures come to you as they are pictured each Sunday in the Big Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. Now we continue the story. When Zarkov opened the iron door, Dale Arden saw Queen Azura in Flash Gordon's arms, and he was kissing her. Dale's love was turned to jealousy. Ignoring Azura, Flash tries to explain the situation to Dale.
You don't understand, Dale.
I understand perfectly. Actions speak louder than words, and your actions fairly shouted.
It was Azura's last wish.
I wish it had been. How like a coward that explanation of yours is, throwing the blame on the woman, hiding behind her skirt. I mean her cloak.
I'm not hiding behind anything. I'm telling you the truth. My spear had just broken. We thought we were about to die.
Don't touch me. And that's the way you wanted to die, kissing the queen of witches?
Please listen to me, Dale. I told Azura that I loved you and you only.
Did you expect that to make any difference to her?
Dale, darling, you know I love you.
It looked like it when Zarkov opened the door.
I've always loved you, Dale, and I always will.
Love? You don't know what love means, Flash Gordon. It's Azura you love.
No, listen to me, Dale.
I hate you. Let me go.
Never. Not until I make you realize I'm telling you the truth. Dale, I fell in love with you when I first glanced at you over the top of my newspaper in that transcontinental plane, just before we bailed out. I knew from that moment that you were the one girl in the world for me.
In the world? But not Mongo.
Yes, in Mongo or any other world we may come across. It was for you I returned to Azura's palace and kidnapped her.
What?
So that by holding her as hostage, I could subdue her kingdom. For you.
For me?
Yes. I intended to turn it over to you to rule.
How nice. And what did you intend to do with Azura? Keep her as a souvenir for yourself?
Don't be like that, Dale.
Don't be like that. Why not? All the time you were missing, I was so worried I couldn't sleep, wondering where you were, what had happened to you. Zarkov and I searched for you, risked our lives for you. And what were you doing? Making love to that witch.
No, you're wrong, Dale. I tell you, I didn't make love to Azura.
You were giving an excellent imitation of it. If you weren't making love to her, what do you call holding her in your arms and kissing her?
The only reason I kissed her was because she asked me to.
Oh, indeed. I suppose the only reason you've never kissed me is because I've never asked you to.
But Azura and I thought we were going to die.
Such chivalry.
Dale, you've got to believe me.
Why?
Because I love you, as you love me. We mustn't let a little thing like this come between us.
Azura isn't so little. And what's the use of thinking about it?
Evidently, there isn't any use of my thinking about it, so we'll get Azura to prove it. Azura!
Yes, Flash?
Dale won't believe my explanation of what she saw. Tell her the truth.
Oh, don't be a stubborn fool, Earth girl. You know that Flash Gordon has fascinated me from the first time I laid eyes on him. I've tried every way to make him fall in love with me and forget you.
Yes, I know that.
The only time I had any success was when I kept him drugged with lithium. Back there in the tunnel, as he fought with the Death Dwarf, Flash declared his love for you. He said he loved you only, and he always would.
He said that?
Yes, and when his spear broke and it looked as though we were doomed, I asked him to kiss me goodbye. At that moment, you opened the iron door.
Well, Dale, do you believe me now?
I've believed you all the time, Flash.
What?
Certainly. But I couldn't let you know too soon, could I?
Of course you couldn't. That is right, Dale. Keep him guessing.
And I thought... Well, what does it matter what I thought? I was wrong.
Now that we have that little matter taken care of, we must take care of our beautiful and valuable prisoner. We shall hide her away until we have Tal and his army willing to listen to terms.
Meanwhile, Tal inspects the fortifications of his newly acquired palace.
Roar, let down the drawbridge. Yes, it works very smoothly. See that it is kept in the same good condition. Come, Roar, we will have a look at the sentry gate.
Yes, Your Majesty.
The moat looks dry. See that more water is let in. Keep the level up to that iron hook.
Yes, Your Majesty.
What is that for?
They call for the changing of the guard, Your Majesty.
Good. Let us wait and see how well they do it. Out! Post guard. What are the orders for this post?
Stand guard constantly. Pace the distance between the arch of the gate, pivoting always with the face turned looking outward. At any unusual sight, notify by bugle the commandant of the guard. Challenge all who draw near. If challenge is unheeded, start firing.
Very good. Relieved guard, fall in. Forward. March. Yes. Very satisfactory. Very. Come, Roar. We'll go back and see that the guns are in order.
Yes, Your Majesty.
With my coronation ceremony at hand, I must see that nothing interferes with it. While I do not expect any treachery from within, I must take every precaution for my own safety.
Yes, Your Majesty.
You may pull up the drawbridge, Roar.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Guard, fire that ray cannon. Now the other one, at once. Yes, good. That was well done, guard, and quickly. That is the way I like to see my men work. What is that?
The alarm from the sentry gate, Your Majesty.
Let down that drawbridge. Hurry. I'll see what has happened. Sentry, what is the trouble here?
There's a man running this way from the hills, Your Majesty.
Give me the stethoscope. Yes, I see him. Why, it's Khan. Khan, how did he escape?
I do not know, Your Majesty.
No matter. I'll capture him again myself. Surrender! I'll cut you in pieces with my sword.
I've got the drop on you, Tal. Put up your hand.
A ray pistol. Where did you get that, Khan?
You'd like to know, wouldn't you? Well, I've got it, and that's the important thing. Get down off that horse.
What are you going to do?
As you said to me once, Tal, you'll see. You'll soon find out.
I warn you, it's useless for you to think you can escape. My men all know you. They'll find you wherever you may go.
Will they? I'm not so sure about that. Tal, I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. You're so brave and mighty with a squad of guards at your back. How does it feel to be alone with a man who is more than a match for you?
I haven't met such a man yet.
Brave words, Tal, but it's an idle gesture. Out here, I can kill you before your soldiers can arrive.
That would do you no good. They will kill you on sight.
You think so? Are you willing to risk it?
You heard my guards acknowledge me to be their king?
I heard your guards acknowledge you as King Tal I, not their king. A soldier obeys his superior, no matter if a superior is wrong.
I'll show you who's wrong. Put down that ray pistol.
Not until I'm ready, Tal. I have something to say to you first.
I'll say it quickly, then. My soldiers will be out here any moment, and you'll be a dead man.
Tal, when I let you put me in that cell, I thought there was nothing left to fight for.
Well?
Now I find there is.
What do you mean, Khan?
I mean Princess Dale. She's still alive, and I'm going to take over the Blue Magic Land for her.
You won't live long enough.
We'll see about that, you and I.
We will?
Yes. You were willing to make me commander of your army if I would swear allegiance to you.
I see. You'll do that if I make the Earth Girl queen?
No, I'll do it if you beat me in fair fight.
You will?
Yes. But if I win, Princess Dale will rule Blue Magic Land.
And if I refuse to agree to your terms?
I'll kill you where you stand.
I agree.
Then break your sword in half, and I'll empty this ray pistol.
What is this, a trick?
No, we'll fight with bare hands. Break that sword.
Very well.
Good. Here goes the ray pistol. Now, Tal, put up your fists and defend yourself. This is a fight to the finish.
In another part of the hills, as the three fugitives, Zarkov, Flash, and Dale, trudge along with their beautiful captive Azura, looking for a suitable shelter and hideaway, Dale draws Flash to one side.
Flash,
Yes, Dale?
are you happy?
Yes. Why do you ask, Dale?
I'm not.
Why not?
I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, in between worrying about you. In fact, it was the worrying about you that got me to thinking.
What have you been thinking about?
About the Earth. We've been up here in Mongol for I really don't know how long. Isn't it time we were going home?
Just when we've got Azura captured and can take over the kingdom of the cave world?
Yes, right now. Let's give up this conquest business and try to find our way back to the Earth. I'm tired of risking our lives at every turn we make.
Well, we have had some thrills, I'll admit, Dale, but that's all part of the game.
A game I don't care anything about, Flash. I'm sick of being taken prisoner and treated like a slave. I'm sick of going around in odd-looking clothes. I want to go back to the Earth. Take me back.
I can't take you back, Dale. I have no idea where the Earth is. And even if I could, it's asking a lot to give up conquering this kingdom. I've got a winning streak on. I can't break my luck.
If you keep on, you'll break your neck. Oh, Flash, darling, can't you see? This isn't going to get either of us anywhere, really. You and I are Earth people, Flash. We belong on the Earth.
You're tired, Dale. We ought to find shelter soon, and then you can rest. Why, after you've had some food and sleep, you'll laugh at such talk. Think of it. You'll be a queen.
I'd rather be a citizen back on the Earth than queen of all this funny universe.
Flash! Dale!
What is it, Zarkov?
A scout patrol. We have been sighted. They are coming down that trail ahead and will cut us off.
What did I tell you, Flash? This is the end of it.
Don't you worry, Dale. Perhaps that's some other band of men. Azura,
Yes, Flash?
are those men part of your army?
Yes, they are my chief scouts. Your friend Zarkov just noticed them, but I've been watching them for some time.
They have dismounted. They are advancing on foot with leveled flame guns.
Oh, we're doomed to a fiery death.
Be brave, Dale. You'll die together.
Zarkov and the girl and Flash Gordon. Shoot them down.
Halt, soldiers! On your knees to your queen. Captain, the Earthman has saved my life. He is henceforth your king, in fact as well as in name. Flash Gordon and his friends are to be escorted to my palace in honor and safety.
What?
Do you hear, Flash? You are king of the cave world now.
You really mean it, Azura?
Yes, Flash.
Oh, now we'll never get back to the Earth.
My queen, it is my duty to warn you.
Warn me of what?
The army remains loyal to you, but in your absence, Tal has seized the throne.
These amazing adventures which you have just heard dramatized are only one of the many thrilling features to be found in the Comic Weekly section of the Hearst newspaper next Sunday. For besides Flash Gordon, you will also thrill at the exploits of that other young American couple, Jungle Jim and Joan Peters, in their breathtaking adventures in the African jungle. Then, of course, you don't want to miss those wonderful poster stamps, drawn especially for you by real artists and printed in full colors every Sunday in the Comic Weekly. You will see a half page of these poster stamps picturing animals, ships, American history, famous persons, flags, and many other interesting subjects. Each poster stamp is 2 1/2 inches long by 1 3/4 inches wide, 6 times as large as the regular 3-cent stamp. If you are not already saving these stamps, be sure and start next Sunday and become a full-fledged member of the new Poster Stamp Collectors Club. All you have to do is cut out these stamps each Sunday, paste them in your album, and you're a member. The official album of the Poster Stamp Collectors Club should now be available at all leading stores. So goodbye until next week at the same time, when we will be back with another chapter in the amazing interplanetary adventures of Flash Gordon. Presenting the adventures of Flash Gordon and Jungle Jim. Last week, Flash Gordon reconciled Dale Arden with his explanation of why he kissed Azura. And Dr. Zarkov, the scientist, declared they would hold the Witch Queen as hostage until they could bring Tal to terms. Back at the palace, Tal sees Khan running toward the castle from the hills and rides out to capture him. But Khan, with a ray pistol, captures Tal and forces him to break his sword. Then the two men fight hand to hand in a battle to the finish. Tiring of all this danger and uncertainty, Dale Arden tries to persuade Flash to leave Mongo and return to the Earth. But Flash, with victory apparently within his grasp, refuses. At that moment, a blue magic scout patrol overtakes them, and Queen Azura surprises them all by declaring Flash Gordon king of Kira and the cave world. However, the patrol commander warns them that in their absence, Tal has seized the throne. These thrilling adventures come to you as they are pictured each Sunday in the Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. Now we continue the story.
So Tall has seized the throne, has he? The ingrate, I'll have his life for this.
And I'll settle once and for all with that fellow.
It will take some planning, lads. Remember, he has control of the palace and the fortifications.
Yes, Flash. We're on the outside looking in. There must be some way of overthrowing this treacherous despot.
What's the matter with charging suddenly at night with the forces I have at my command here?
It might work.
My king, if I may be so bold, my patrol would be as nothing against the guns of the entrance gate.
I suppose you're right.
Of course the captain is right, Flash. We must do it some other way.
Wait, Captain.
My queen,
Where does Tall think I am?
he thinks you are dead, your majesty. He is certain that you and King Flash died in the tunnel of the Death Dwarf.
So that is why he seized the throne. Well, all is not lost then.
What do you mean?
Tall only seized the throne because he thought me dead. He was quite right in doing so, for if he hadn't acted immediately, a civil war might have broken out.
Well?
Don't you see? As soon as he learns that I am not dead, he will relinquish the throne.
Well, then forward to Azura's palace.
Meanwhile, back on the plains before the palace walls, Tall and Khan fight hand to hand for supremacy. Not a word do they speak as they exchange blows. Only their labored breathing and a grunt from one or the other is heard as a punch finds its way to a vital spot. Suddenly, Tall breaks through the tiring Khan's guard. Khan falls backward. Tall straightens up, wiping the sweat and blood from his brow as a squad of soldiers ride up.
At last I put you out of the way.
General, Your Majesty, are you all right?
Yes, this fellow and Flash Gordon are dead. We shan't have any worries from them.
Yes, that's right, Your Majesty.
How did this Khan get the pistol with which he held me up?
One of the sentries on the top tower said he saw another figure with the ex-prisoner going towards the hills a while ago, Your Majesty.
Then that explains it. Khan was rescued by his friend, that earth wizard, Zarkov.
But we haven't seen any sign of Zarkov, Your Majesty.
Oh, he must have gotten by you somehow, fool.
But he couldn't have, Your Majesty.
We'll see about that. Come back to the palace. Squad forward. Gallop. Bugler, sound the signal for the letting down of the drawbridge. Squad, patrol this gateway. I shall go in the palace. And remember, this time I'm to have a signal no matter who comes within range of your vision. Well, guard. What happened to you?
Your Majesty, it wasn't my fault.
What wasn't your fault?
The girl,
What girl?
Dale Arden, rode up to the gate and asked to be taken to Flash Gordon. I started to lead her to the captain of the guards.
That's it.
When my rifle was snatched from my hand and I was attacked.
The girl. So that's how Khan got free, eh?
No, Your Majesty.
Well,
I heard that Earth signed his voice, although I couldn't see him.
that earth wizard, some more of his magic. He was invisible like Flash Gordon.
Yes, Your Majesty. When I came to, I was stuffed into a closet and all bound and gagged.
Yes,
My comrades just found me.
good. I'm glad you were saved in time.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
So Zarkov and Dale Arden are still alive, eh? Men, scour the lane for them. Bring in their heads.
There's your palace, Azura. But what are the soldiers patrolling in front of it for?
I don't know. That's odd.
It must be some of Tao's orders.
Oh, Flash, we're going to be taken prisoner again.
Now, don't worry, Dale. We're in no danger anymore.
I see a rider coming from the palace. Perhaps we'd better stop and find out what's happened.
All right. Coming in. Halt!
Major,
Your Majesty?
meet that rider and find out what is happening in the castle.
At once, Your Majesty.
The captain said the army was loyal to me. We shall see.
Why do you doubt him, Azura?
I don't know. That might well have been true when he left the palace. But things have happened so suddenly lately. The loyalty of the soldiers may have swung to General Tao.
The Major has met the rider.
They are motioning towards us.
Then pointing back to the palace.
What can he be saying?
The Major's coming back. We'll know in a minute.
If the army has deserted me, I don't know what will happen.
Well, the soldiers might turn on us and kill us right here.
Please don't worry, Dale. Zarkov and I will stand them off if we have to.
You bet we will, lad.
Come, Zarkov. Let's go and meet that rider and get the news.
A very good idea. If it is bad news, we can see that it does not get out.
Well, Major, what's the news?
The ex-prisoner Khan has been killed, Your Majesty.
Poor Khan. That's terrible.
He was a brave and loyal soldier.
And Tal has issued orders that his men are to scour the country for Dr. Zarkov and Dale Arden. These soldiers patrolling the gate are watching for you, Dr. Zarkov.
Ah, he thinks you are dead, lad, along with the Queen.
Yes? Well, here's where we fool him.
How?
You'll see. Azura, Dale.
Yes.
Come here, please. Zarkov, those soldiers are going to let us in the castle without a challenge.
You called us?
What is it, Flash?
Tal thinks you and I are dead, Azura. He has issued orders to capture Zarkov and Dale here.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Hold on, Azura. That's just what we're going to let him do.
What?
Azura and I will wear robes borrowed from the soldiers. Zarkov, you, and Dale will ride at the head of the column. The guards will be so glad to see you they won't notice us. As soon as we get inside the gate, we'll throw off the robes and take possession of the throne.
What is that, guard?
The country gate, Your Majesty.
Yes.
Zarkov and Dale Arden have been sighted approaching at the head of a company of scouts.
They have been captured? Good, excellent. See if they are brought here directly.
Gentlemen, rejoice. The Queen lives.
What's that you say, Major?
The Queen lives, saved by Flash Gordon. She's coming here directly.
She can't be alive. She can't be. I am king. I'll kill her.
Quiet, fool. You speak treason.
Treason, is it? If this be treason, I'll make the most of it.
You'll take this. Death to the traitor. Long live Queen Azura.
What has happened here?
Look, Tal lying on the floor. He must be dead.
Is Tall dead?
Forgive me, O Queen, but he wanted to kill you. So I shot him down.
Oh, there is nothing to forgive, Major. You did your duty, and you shall be rewarded. And now, soldiers, salute your king, Flash Gordon. It is my wish and my command.
Present arms.
Thank you, men. Dismissed. Azura, I have great plans for your kingdom.
I'm sure you have, Flash.
The very first thing we must do is construct a spaceship of some kind and take a good look at the kingdom as a whole. It would take much too long by horseback.
A splendid idea, Flash, but there's no one in my kingdom who knows anything about ships of the air.
Never mind, Azura. Zarkov here knows everything about everything.
Well, not everything.
So tomorrow we'll start building the spaceship. And in the meantime, Dale,
Yes, Flash.
you and I are going to take a walk. Come along.
Well, I see that is...
Flash,
Yes, Dale?
tell me something. Did you like that kiss Azura gave you?
Yes, Dale, I did.
Oh.
I liked it because it meant her friendship. It meant that this bloody business was at an end, that I had won my kingdom and the right to marry you. I love you, Dale.
And I love you, Flash, more than life itself.
Dale, darling, come here. And before you ask, let me tell you that I like that kiss better than Azura's, and I don't think you need to ask why.
After a time, Dr. Zarkov completes the building of the spaceship. With the entire army drawn up and Queen Azura present to see them off, Zarkov, Dale, and Flash climb aboard.
Everything is ready, Flash.
Good.
You're sure you won't come with us, Azura?
I prefer to stay on the ground, Flash. But I hope you have a nice trip and get a good survey of our kingdom.
I'll do my best. Well, goodbye for a while, Azura.
Goodbye.
Come, Dale.
Stand back, everyone. Here we go.
Bye.
Goodbye, goodbye. It feels good to be in the air again.
You bet it does. Don't you think so, Dale?
Yes, Flash. But where are we heading, Dr.
I am
Zarkov?
going to test the ship for altitude. Then we will just cruise over the kingdom and map it for Azura.
Goodness, how quickly the palace disappeared.
Yes. This is a much faster machine than the rocket ship, isn't it, Zarkov?
Much faster, lad. It was a good thing we managed to salvage the instruments from the old wreck of Ming's spaceship. We can calculate our position by them in my new directograph.
This ship is certainly well equipped. Why, we can do all the mapping and surveying on this one flight.
Yes, lad. It will certainly save time and energy. What is the reading on that dial?
500. What does that mean?
Flash, we are going 500 miles per hour.
No.
No one has ever attained that speed in the air before.
Why, it doesn't seem as though we're moving at all.
Well, that's because we haven't any stationary objects to indicate our speed, Dale. Watching trees and poles fly past would make you more conscious of the rate we're traveling.
Flash, what was that?
Huh?
We seem to be falling.
So we are. Zarkov, do something.
Yes. Why, the controls refuse to work. And look at the dial. The speed is increasing. 650, 700, 750, 900, 1,000.
We're falling at 1,000 miles an hour. Oh, Flash.
Don't be frightened, Dale, darling. I'm with you.
Oh, but we'll be killed.
Well, let's hope not, Dale. Can't you do something, Zarkov?
Yes, I'm trying. Let me look at the directograph.
Oh, Flash, this is awful.
Never mind, dear, never mind. Be brave. Well, Zarkov, where will we land?
Just a minute. I want to be sure.
Sure of what, Dr. Zarkov?
We have, Flash Dale. We have left the gravitational influence of the planet Mungo.
Oh, what will become of us?
Where are we heading?
We are now being drawn towards the Earth.
The Earth?
Yes,
But whereabouts on the Earth, Zarkov?
I don't know.
The spaceship is hurtling toward the Earth completely out of control. Where will Flash Gordon and Dale Arden and Dr. Zarkov land, and what will happen to them? These amazing adventures which you have just heard dramatized are only one of the many thrilling features to be found in the Comic Weekly section of the Hearst newspaper next Sunday. For besides Flash Gordon, you will find that other daring American adventurer, Jungle Jim. What a thrill is waiting for you each Sunday as Jungle Jim's mysterious adventures in Malaysia, way down at the southernmost tip of Asia, are brought to you in the Comic Weekly. Then, of course, you don't want to miss those wonderful poster stamps drawn especially for you by real artists and printed in full colors every Sunday in the Comic Weekly. If you are not already saving these stamps, be sure and start next Sunday and become a full-fledged member of the new Poster Stamp Collectors Club. The official album of the Poster Stamp Collectors Club is now available at all leading stores. And now goodbye until next week at the same time when we will be back with another chapter in the amazing adventures of Flash and Jungle Jim. Presenting the adventures of Flash Gordon and Jungle Jim. Last week, after Queen Azura had declared Flash Gordon to be king of Blue Magic Land, she and Flash, Dale, and Zarkov started for her palace to make the formal proclamation. In the meantime, news was brought to Tall that Queen Azura was alive, having been saved by Flash Gordon. Tall swore he would kill her. As he started to meet Azura, pistol in hand, he was killed by the Black Lancer who brought the news. After Flash was proclaimed king, he and Dale and Zarkov built a spaceship and started to survey the kingdom. Suddenly, the ship began to fall. Zarkov calculated they were heading straight for the Earth, but he didn't have any idea just where they would land. These thrilling adventures of Flash Gordon and Jungle Jim are pictured each Sunday in the Big Comic Weekly. the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. The spaceship containing Dr. Zarkov, Flash, and Dale is falling away from the planet Mongo towards the Earth. But let's leave them for a moment. Come now with us to an island in the South Seas, down among the jungles of Malaysia. Two figures standing among the waving palms. One is a tall young white man dressed in khaki with a tropical sun helmet and a cartridge belt, an automatic .45 slung from his waist. He is Jungle Jim, beloved friend of all good men, no matter what their race or color may be. He stands wiping his perspiring brow as he talks to a powerful-looking native who is dressed only in a loincloth and a red turban.
Well, Cole, we're free again.
Yes, Master Jim. Bad white man almost killed us off for sure. We lucky be alive.
I'll say we are. I've been in some tough spots since I came down here in these jungles. But that encounter with that black snake Romney beats them all.
No good thing to be buried in ground to neck for ants to eat.
You said it, Kolu. Burying us up to our necks and pouring molasses over our heads to attract the ants was one dirty trick. It's a darn good thing that native boy saved us and gave us these guns.
Yes, Master Jim. Bad white man no hurt us anymore.
No, Kolu.
What we do now, Master Jim?
We'd better be getting back to our own camp.
No have boat, Master Jim.
Well, let's look around. Romney must have a canoe someplace around here. Search that brushwood, Kolu. I'll look in these farms.
Yes, Master. Kolu, look, see.
Of course, if we can't find the canoe, we'll have to hike it. Find anything, Kolu?
No sea boat here.
Try over that way more, Kolu, near the river.
Yes, Master. Kolu, look, see.
I'm sure he must have hidden one around here. No sign of it, Kolu?
No sea, Master Jim.
I can't find any trace of it here either. I guess it must be... Kolu!
Huh?
I found it. Come quick. Here's Romney's canoe.
Coming, Master.
And he even left paddles in it.
Good you find boat, Master. Better for us leave this place right now.
You're right, Kolu. Here, grab hold of one end. And that's it. Now heave. We'll carry it to the river. All right, Kolu. Let go. Get in the bow. That's right. I'll shove us off. You help with the paddle.
Yeah.
Now we're off. And goodbye to this place.
All quiet here. No Tuan around here.
No. It doesn't look like there's anybody around here, Kolu.
No Tuan bother us now, Master Jim.
That's right. Nobody will bother us for a while. Paddle a little harder, Kolu. I'm going around the bend. What's that?
Wild cat, Master.
Kolu! Look! A white man near the shore. The wildcat has put him off from his camp.
White Tuan see us, Master.
Help! Help! We're coming! Don't move! Whatever you do, don't move! Paddle! Paddle, Kolu, paddle! Now, hold it steady, Kolu. I'll get a beat on the cat.
Good shot. I say, how can I ever thank you?
Pull him ashore, Kolu. Don't try. Glad I happened along.
Let me give you a hand.
Oh, thanks. You were in a tight spot, sir.
Yes. Bless my soul, I should say I was. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Chalmers, the Reverend Manley Chalmers.
Pleased to meet you, Reverend Chalmers. I'm called Jungle Jim in these parts, and this is Kolu.
Delighted to know you both, I'm sure. Come and meet my wife. We pitched camp up there for the night. We're on our way to our new mission.
Mission? You work for one big fella, Master, on top in the sky?
Yes, my friend. I am engaged in the work of God. But where did you learn of him? From Mr. Jim here?
Yes, Tuan. Also from other mission Tuans. Hear all about when die. Go on top along. Good fella, Master.
Kolu is a good boy, Reverend.
I'm sure he is. By the way, have you had your dinner?
Well, no.
Then you must come and have some with us. I've just come down to the river for some water when that wildcat sprang out from the bush and cornered me. I'll get the water now.
Manley! Manley! What happened?
Quite all right, my dear. No cause for alarm. This young man just shot a cat.
Oh, I was so frightened when I heard the shot. I was afraid you'd run into bandits.
Mary, my dear, allow me to present Uncle Jim.
Oh, how do you do?
Pleased to meet you, ma'am.
And this is Kolu.
Kolu?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank goodness it wasn't anything more serious than the shooting of a cat.
Yes, my dear. I've invited Jungle Jim to have dinner with us.
Why, of course. Come right on up to camp.
Oh, thanks, ma'am. Colo.
Yes, Master.
Pull the canoe well up on shore.
Yes, Master Jim.
Lonely bit of a place to have darkness overtake you, isn't it?
Yes, Reverend. But Colo and I know our way around here pretty much. You're a stranger hereabouts.
Yes.
That makes the difference.
All the difference between being safe and being attacked by heaven knows what.
I've my motorboat moored in that little cove around there. Mrs. Chalmers feels better sleeping on the land, so whenever night is coming on, we stop and pitch camp.
Are you a trader, young man?
No, not exactly, ma'am. I came down here originally to capture wild animals and train them for circuses.
Oh?
And then the first thing I knew, I was getting into one adventure after another.
I see your point. You're an adventurer.
Well, in a manner of speaking, but not the way you mean, sir. I try to right wrongs, not make them.
Yes, of course. There are adventurers and adventurers, my dear chap.
Well, for instance, there was a man named Dirk Romney who called himself Hawk Bruder.
Was? Is he dead?
Yes, he's dead. He died very suddenly. Well, as I was saying, this Hawk Bruder was chief of a band of river pirates. He was the black sheep of a good English family.
Oh.
You may have heard of his brother, Craig Romney, Reverend.
Craig Romney? Yes, indeed. Well-known explorer. Died someplace down here, I believe.
Yes, I buried him.
Indeed.
He was murdered by his brother Dirk.
Oh.
And his wife and baby were kidnapped by the pirates.
Oh, terrible.
They held me up as I was starting out in my canoe. I was unable to rescue the woman because they threatened to throw her and the baby overboard unless I surrendered.
What?
At that time, I had no idea who she was.
How did you find out?
As the big war canoe came near me, I saw the young woman put the baby's nursing bottle into the water. After they left, I got it and found a note inside telling me her name.
I say, but how did you find her husband?
I figured it out. The woman's clothes were crisp and fresh-looking, so her camp couldn't have been far away.
Very clever.
I noticed the direction from which the war canoe came, went that way, and soon found the Romney camp.
And the young woman's husband was dead.
Yes, ma'am. And so were his two assistants.
Oh, my.
Well, I buried them and raised 2 wooden crosses over the graves to mark the spot. I'll show you where they are, Reverend. Your people back in England may be interested.
Indeed they will. Thank you. I'll see that the bodies are taken back home.
But how did you know the brother had committed the crimes, young man?
Well, ma'am, I found Craig Romney's diary in which he said there was only one man in the world he feared, his brother.
By Jove, why, this is like a mystery story, isn't it, Mary?
Yes, indeed.
How did you locate the missing brother?
By accident. That night, as I slept by my campfire, the diary was stolen from my kit bag. In the morning, I saw imprints of bare feet in the sand. I followed and came upon a sprawled body.
Of the other Romney?
No, it was a native. With his dying hand, he managed to scrawl in the sand the statement that he had stolen a book from Hawk Bruder. And Bruder, when he got it, shot him down.
Oh.
Ghastly.
Well, I figured that book was only of vital interest to one man.
To Craig Romney's brother?
Exactly. I trailed this Hawk Bruder, but got captured by him.
But how did you escape?
The brother of a native Bruder killed in cold blood saved us and brought us revolvers. When he took us to where Bruder was, Bruder made a move to shoot me, but my hand was quicker than his.
Yes, we understand.
Oh, thanks, Reverend. Well, Kolo and I were starting back...
What's that?
Master Jim.
What is it, Kolo?
Master, come quick. Something fall out from sky. Big silver bird without wings.
What does he mean?
I don't know, ma'am. What are you talking about, Kolo?
Come quick, Master Jim. Kolo show you where big silver bird lands with big noise.
Kolo must have seen what caused that crash a moment ago. Show us, Kolo, quickly now.
It sounds like an airplane, but I didn't hear its engine.
Look over there, in bushes.
Why, what can it be?
Bless my soul, I never saw such an odd machine.
It's some kind of airplane. There must be somebody in it. Come along, Reverend.
Certainly, I'm right with you. But, where could it have come from?
Well, that's what we'll find out in a minute. If anyone's left alive to tell us. Hurry, Kolo.
Yes, sir.
Hurry, Reverend.
I see, it is some kind of an airship.
And there are 3 people in it. Let's get them out. Stand back, sir. I'll break the window with my revolver butt.
Whatever sort of costumes are they wearing? I never saw anything like them.
Well, never mind that. Let's get them out. The girl first.
Right.
She's still breathing. Now, easy now. Easy. Come on now. Lay her down here while we pull the other 2 out. Come on, Kolo. Give me a hand.
Oh, a girl. A girl. Is she hurt?
Yes, attend to her, Mary. There are 2 others that we must look after.
Easy, Kolo. Easy now. That's it. Now. Look. Look, this one's coming too. It'll be all right in a minute. Get the other fellow, Colo. Yes,
Dale. Flash. Where are you?
They speak English. Well, who can they be?
This fellow, Master. He opening eyes.
Dale, are you all right?
Take it easy, old man. Everybody's all right. But you've had a nasty crack-up. Who are you?
I'm Flash Gordon. Where's my fiancée, Dale Arden?
My wife is attending to her. She'll be all right soon.
Who are you? Where are we?
I'm Jungle Jim, and this is the Reverend and Mrs. Chalmers. Yes, sir. My boy Colo saw you crash and brought us here. You're in the Malay jungle. Where are you from?
Mongo.
Mongo?
The girl is asking for someone by the name of Flash.
Dale, darling, I'm here. Are you all right?
Yes. Are you all right? Where are we?
We're back on the earth, dear. Somewhere in the jungle.
Flash. Dale.
Yes, Zarkov. We're safe and among friends.
Thank God.
Amen.
Where is this place called Mongo?
Don't ask me. Ask Dr. Zarkov there.
It is a newly discovered planet. We landed there in a rocket ship and were marooned.
Zarkov, are you the famous Dr. Zarkov who was lost about 2 years ago?
Yes. Somebody still remembers me.
Remembers you, of course. What a sensation when the news gets out. Imagine you're returning.
I'm sorry, but I don't know what this is all about.
Well, it's a most fascinating mystery which will no doubt now be cleared up.
Yes, that's right. It's a long story, but right now we'd like some food and some sleep.
And some decent clothes.
And you shall have all three. My camp is right over there.
Thank you. Are you able to walk, Dale?
Yes. My head aches, but I'll be all right soon.
We are lucky to escape without serious injuries. Or worse.
You are indeed.
Where were you going, Gordon?
Well, that doesn't matter now. But since we're here, we're going to get back to the good old USA as soon as we can.
Well, after you've recovered from your crash, we'll see about getting you to the mainland somehow. You can get a boat from there.
Thanks. You see, Dale and I want to be married as soon as possible. That's why we're in such a hurry to get back to civilization.
I see. Well, of course, that's sort of out of my department, but maybe the Reverend here can fix you up, Gordon.
Oh, will you, Reverend?
Yes. Will you, sir?
Well, that is something that can't be decided in a hurry, my young friends. Suppose you come back to my camp and we'll talk it over.
Be sure to be with us next week at the same time for the next episode of Flash and Jungle Jim. It looks very much like a wedding is to brighten the age-old silence and mystery of the jungle, and of course you don't want to miss that. By the way, how about your poster stamps? Are you cutting them out of the Comic Weekly every Sunday? Well, be sure to get your Comic Weekly next Sunday with your Hearst Sunday newspaper, where you will find another half page of these colored poster stamps drawn by real artists, specially for you. And then next week at the same time, be our guest at a real jungle wedding, which will feature the next chapter in the adventures of Flash and Jungle Jim. Presenting the adventures of Flash Gordon and Jungle Jim. Last week we met Jungle Jim, gentleman adventurer, down in Malaysia. With him was his faithful man, Kolu. They rescued a missionary, the Reverend Manly Chalmers, from a wildcat and were invited to stay for supper with him and his wife. While they were getting acquainted, there was a terrible crash. Kolu came running with the news that an airship of some kind had landed in the bush. Jungle Jim and the missionary, closely followed by Mrs. Chalmers and Kolu, ran to the wreck. It proved to be the spaceship containing Flash Gordon, Dale Arden, and Dr. Zarkov. After they were revived and it was found that they weren't seriously injured, Flash and Dale asked to be married by the missionary. The Reverend Chalmers declared that such a solemn step could only be taken after due deliberation and led the way back to his camp to discuss the matter. These thrilling adventures of Flash Gordon and Jungle Jim are pictured each Sunday in the Big Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. For Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. And now we continue the story. Back at the camp of the Reverend Chalmers and his wife, after supper, Flash pleads his case.
You see, Reverend, Dale and I have been trying to get married for a long time.
Flash and I love each other very much, Mr. Chalmers.
I'm sure you do, Miss Arden. But as I said before, marriage is something that can't be decided in a hurry.
Excuse me, Reverend, but I did decide it in a hurry. The minute I saw Dale sitting across the aisle from me in that transcontinental plane.
And so did I, the minute I saw Flash look at me.
Excuse me for interrupting, Reverend, but I can assure you that never have I seen such true devotion as Flash and Dale bear for each other.
The sincerity of these two young people impresses me greatly, Dr. Zarkov. And what you say adds weight. I know you men of science. Truth is paramount in all things with you.
Science is based on truth, Reverend. No matter who may be benefited or who may be hurt, the truth must at all times be spoken.
Well, sir, what's your verdict?
My earnest young friend, I shall be delighted to perform the ceremony which will make you as one.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chalmers.
That's mighty nice of you, sir.
Well, it isn't my party, but I'm delighted myself. This is the first jungle wedding I've witnessed, between white people, I mean.
A jungle wedding. Oh, Flash, how exciting.
It's going to be different from the ceremony we kept looking forward to in Mungo.
I don't care about anything, as long as I have you, Flash.
You darling. And as far as I'm concerned, having you is a darn sight more important than any kingdom ever created.
Oh, my dear.
Excuse me, you two. I hate to break in, but just when is the ceremony going to take place? There's a steamer leaving for the States tomorrow night.
There is?
Yep.
Then why can't we be married tomorrow noon?
You can, my dear boy. And then Mrs. Chalmers and I will escort you in our motorboat to the steamer. Won't we, Mary, dear?
Of course, Manley.
Oh, that will be wonderful.
Then tomorrow morning, Miss Arden, we'll go through the box of clothing we're taking to the mission and find a wedding outfit for you.
Find something for Dr. Zarkov and me, please, Mrs. Chalmers.
Yes, I surely need it.
Certainly.
Colo and I will build an altar for you in the middle of the jungle.
I'll gather some flowers for my bouquet.
I'll help you, Dale. We'll trim the altar Jim and Kolu build.
Well, I'll set up our portable gramophone and dust off the recording of the wedding march.
Oh, Flash, isn't it gorgeous?
Not half as gorgeous as you are, Dale.
Thank you. But just think, we couldn't have an altar all trimmed in orchids if we were being married in the States.
That's only too true. Your color of gardenias is beautiful.
I thought it was when I made it. And to think all this was had just for the picking.
I wonder what that can be. Jim? Jim?
Hello?
What are those tom-toms for?
Oh, some natives having a powwow. Say, you're the prettiest bride I ever saw, Miss Arden.
Why, thank you.
For once, Dale can't use the usual feminine reply to a compliment. Oh, these things, heavens, they're old.
I could say that, and it would be true. But I'm grateful to Miss Somebody for them.
As I am to Mr. Somebody for this blue suit and bow tie. Jim, have you the ring we borrowed from Mrs. Chalmers?
Right here. Keep your shirt on.
Where's Dr. Zarkov and Mr. Chalmers?
Well, Zarkov's getting dressed. The Reverend setting the gramophone so Mrs. Chalmers can play the wedding march.
All right, Mr. Gordon. I think we're ready. You and Dr. Zarkov will come from the tent, Miss Arden, when the wedding march starts. He's waiting for you.
Well, Miss Arden, when we part again, you'll be Mrs. Flash Gordon.
I can hardly wait.
Well, I guess we can take our places at the altar, gentlemen.
It's funny, sir. This is the thing I've wanted more than anything in my life, marrying Dale. Now I'm more scared to stand in front of that altar and go through the ceremony than I ever was when I rescued her from our enemies in Mungo.
It's the solemnity of the occasion, my dear boy. Now, you and Jungle Jim stand here at my left. That's it. All ready, Mary?
Master Jim! Well, something's happened. I've never seen Kolo so excited.
Wait a minute. Stop the gramophone, please, Mary.
Master Jim, chief of tribe here, say no wedding without native wedding. He got warrior all round here.
Oh, so that's what the tom-toms mean. They saw us preparing for this. Do you mind being married a la native first, Flash? It will simplify things.
No, of course not. Dale, come here.
Here come Chief to perform ceremony.
What's the matter, Flash?
The natives intend to start trouble if we don't let them marry us for the local ceremony. Do you mind going through with it?
Of course I don't. I think it's thrilling. Our wedding will really be a jungle wedding in more ways than one.
All right, Chief. Shoot. What do we do?
Weini taunga, magataga daraita, ipang pananag kanimawai babuega, yamo nagasira, et magayen nagapa, ak marua nagapanulos.
What's he saying?
We asked Derek to make a happy union. Give good hunting, and may you have all the things you need for the rest of your lives.
Hold out hands.
What's he going to do?
Anoint Flash's forefinger with coconut oil. See? He's tracing Flash's finger from the tip to the pulse.
Apayat magayen naga balad.
That means, may your good fortune ascend.
Apayat yagamen naga lapay.
And that means, may your bad fortune descend. And now he goes from the pulse to the tip of the finger. You're next, Miss Arden.
Apayat magayen naga balad. Apayat yagamen naga lapay. Here rice to unflash. Missy,
what do we do with these balls of rice?
The chief is making signs for you to exchange them.
Oh, here, Dale.
And you take this one, Flash.
And now, friends, everything's okay with the chief. You're married.
Is that all there is to it?
Yes, that's all.
Why, it's terribly unimpressive.
Well, that's because it doesn't mean anything to us. Let's really be married now.
Please take your places. Come, Dale, back to the tent.
All right, Mary.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered together here in the sight of God and in the face of his company to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony, which is commended in Holy Scripture to be honorable among men, and therefore not to be entered into unadvisedly or lightly, but reverently, discreetly, advisedly, and soberly in the fear of God. Into this holy estate, these two persons present come now to be joined. If any man can show just cause why they may not be lawfully joined together, let him now speak, or else hereafter forever hold his peace. Who giveth this woman to be married to this man?
I do.
Flash Gordon, wilt thou have this woman to thy wedded wife, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony? Wilt thou love her, comfort her, honor and keep her, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep thee only unto her, so long as ye both shall live?
I will.
Dale Arden, wilt thou have this man to thy wedded husband, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony? Wilt thou obey him and serve him, love, honor, and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep thee only unto him, so long as ye both shall live?
I will.
The ring. Flash, place the ring on Dale's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I thee wed.
I thee wed.
And with all my worldly goods,
And with all my worldly goods,
I thee endow.
I thee endow.
Let us pray. O eternal God, creator and preserver of all mankind, giver of all spiritual grace, the author of everlasting life, send thy blessing upon these thy servants, this man and this woman, whom we bless in thy name. That as Isaac and Rebekah live faithfully together, so these persons may surely perform and keep the vow and covenant betwixt them made, whereof this ring given and received is a token and pledge, and may ever remain in perfect love and peace together, and live according to thy laws. Amen. Those whom God hath joined together, let no man put asunder. For as much as Flash and Dale have consented together in holy wedlock, and have witnessed the same before God and this company, and thereto have pledged their troth, each to other, and have declared the same by giving and receiving a ring, and by joining hands, I pronounce they are man and wife. You may kiss your bride.
Dale, dearest, wife.
Flash, darling, At last I can call you husband.
This has been the most beautiful wedding I have ever seen in the field. Mrs. Gordon, allow me to wish you every happiness.
Thank you.
I don't need to tell Mr. Gordon that he is a very lucky man.
Indeed you don't, sir. Nor the happiest man in the world, for I know I am.
And please accept my good wishes. You deserve the best of everything.
Say, folks, I don't want to be left out. Mrs. Gordon, all happiness to you.
Thank you.
My congratulations, Flash.
Thanks very much. You've been awfully kind to us, Jim. Dale and I will never forget you.
I should say not. And when you come back to the United States, you must come and see us.
Thank you, ma'am. I sure will. And speaking of the States, I don't want to hurry you, but...
Bless my soul. We'd better be getting started if you want to make the steamer. Are you all ready?
Yes, we're going with just the clothes we have on our backs, thanks to your people back home.
Come on. Let's get into the motorboat.
This old Prince Albert could be a little looser, but it's very dressy looking, don't you think?
You look terribly distinguished, Dr. Zark.
Oh, thank you, Dale.
Well, since the Chalmers are taking us to the steamer, I guess there's just you and Colo to say goodbye to, Jim. Wish you were coming to see us off.
Well, we might if there'd been room, but it's just as well parting now. We can say it all here. And Colo and I better be getting back to that camp of ours, if there's any camp left.
You right, Boss Jim. Maybe river pirates set fire camp while we gone.
Flash, hurry. We're waiting.
Coming, dear. Well, so long, Jim. Thanks for everything.
That's okay, Flash. Good luck to you.
Goodbye, Colo.
Goodbye, Tuan Flash.
Hurry up, Flash.
Very well.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
There go Mission Tuan boat. Downriver against sun.
Yes, Colo. There goes Mission Tuan's boat. You know, Flash Gordon's a great fellow. Maybe we'll see him again sometime. Well, I wonder what's going to happen to us next, Colo.
Be sure and be with us next week at this same time for the beginning of a long series of thrilling adventures with Jungle Jim. Each week, the Comic Weekly, distributed everywhere with the Hearst Sunday newspapers, reproduces Jungle Jim in full-color action pictures. Get acquainted with this sterling adventurer and with Colo, his man Friday. See pictured for you by a famous artist all the leading characters as well as the natives, the wild animals, and the many queer forms of vegetation in the steaming jungle which forms the background to these thrilling adventures way down at the southernmost tip of Asia. Then, of course, you don't want to miss next Sunday's colored poster stamps. These wonderful poster stamps appear exclusively in the Comic Weekly and are drawn by famous artists especially for you. The official album of the Poster Stamps Collectors Club is available at stores everywhere. So if you haven't yet started your collection, be sure and get the Comic Weekly with next Sunday's Hearst newspaper and become an active participant in young America's newest and most popular educational hobby. And now, goodbye until next week, when we will be back with a thrilling adventure story of Jungle Jim.